Sexual behavior with those he's sworn to protect.
OPD officer Salvador Becerra is now out on bond, but late today, CBS 7 learned there could be even more victims.
A law enforcement source says 3 more people have come forward with similar allegations. That's in addition to 3 charges already that Salvador already faces.
Affidavits for all 3 victims state that in 3 separate instances, he detained a female and brought her back to his vehicle, asked her breast size, and then proceeded to fondle her breast underneath her bra. According to the affidavit, video and audio recordings match the first 2 complaints. Tonight, CBS 7 is looking closer at just how far this officer's actions were from the proper search procedures.
CBS 7's Matt Rist sat in on Odessa Police Department's Police Academy today, where officers spend hours learning how to act and how not to act in a traffic stop. Matt, is there any way people can protect themselves?
Jay Tatum, we learned a lot today talking with OPD officials. One thing is that you can always ask for a supervisor on duty. They will respond to you in that traffic stop. OPD says this inappropriate sexual conduct is far from the norm, and if procedures had been followed, Officer Becerra would never have been touching a woman in the first place.
Here you can probably have a gun. If you got holsters, they can go inside the shirt. You can have guns here, up in the front, up here in front of the chest. You can have knives, chains with a little knife hanging there. Up here in the collar, you can hide razor blades in here.
Learning to pat down a subject is part of a 40-hour training session at OPD.
You're looking for weapons on the person, so you're for your own safety, safety of the public. Make sure he doesn't have any weapons on him at that point when you're making contact.
OPD officer Salvador Becerra faces felony improper sexual activity charges after investigation reveals he allegedly touched the breasts of at least 3 women during traffic stops. Becerra asked the women questions like, quote, "What size are your breasts?" and "We are making exceptions, aren't we?" in an attempt to get them out of their stop. OPD protocol says males cannot pat down females.
That pat down has to be real slow. And all you're doing is patting. You're not actually rubbing.
And there are some parts of the body that are off limits.
We want to go in front and the genitalia up here. We don't want to be in here. All where you can actually carry a handgun right here. Because remember, this is not a search. This is just a frisk pat down here. That's all we're doing is looking for weapons. That's all we're doing. And we're just patting, not rubbing, nothing like this. We can't pat her down. Okay, we would tell her, hey, you pat her down. And the female is going to pat the same areas as we patted that officer, except for they would be able to pat them in the chest.
Becerra's behavior sends shockwaves across OPD's ranks.
In any career, any profession, one bad apple should not mess it up for everybody else.
Now, according to the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement guidelines, the only time in which it is lawful for an officer to touch a person underneath their clothes is if they actually feel a weapon. All eyes will be on Odessa Police Wednesday morning as the chief convenes a panel to decide whether or not they will take this officer's badge. Live in the studio, Matt Rist, CBS 7 News.